I mean, on paper, it sounds like a really stupid idea.
Just a frantic Robin Williams at his finest stripping.
You just have to blow really hard.
This is how you know you've spent a fair amount of time with someone.
Yes.
When they text you to let you know that they got the shits.
Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
Fuck Dave Ramsey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think fuck Dave Ramsey too.
Yeah, it's...
Fuck him. Papa Dave.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find a podcast event in Nashville.
Yeah.
And just Googled Nashville podcast, and that's what popped up. Is Dave Ramsey's
He's the
podcast.
top hit?
Yeah.
That's a little depressing. You know, I wrote it down, so let me... Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on.
Okay, you do that. But, yeah, so for those who don't know who Dave Ramsey is, we're not just attacking an innocent old man. Dave Ramsey is a person who has made a fortune off of telling people how to budget via envelope, which is just a very basic budgeting technique.
Yeah.
But he managed to market it to churches. That's how he's made his money.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Huh?
He tricked religious people into thinking it's a godly thing to do to, say, I have $100 in an envelope for gas. That's what God wants you to do, is buy gas out of envelope money.
I mean, last time I spoke directly to God, he did say that.
He's big into budgeting.
Also, he's made of tentacles. Mm-hmm. That's not in the Bible anywhere. I just want to let people know.
It doesn't specifically say in the Bible he's not made entirely of tentacles.
It's not quite a Cthulhu.
Right.
But he was like on the road to Cthulhu, if that makes sense. This is weird. Okay, we weren't sure which show we were going to do tonight. By the way, quick aside, I listened back to some of your favorite thing sucks today, and those 7 shows we did are pretty fucking great.
Yeah. We should do it again someday.
Someday we're gonna do it again. We just don't know when.
Yeah.
Weird that we ended up doing this podcast, and weird that I pulled something for the show, because I don't really
for this show.
For Sushi Jackknife.
Yeah. I
don't often pull anything anymore, but I couldn't pass up this headline when it showed up on my Microsoft computer at work. Mm-hmm. There are headlines that just show up, and they're nothing I would normally look at.
It's always like mine, for whatever reason. It's like, you want to read AOL's news, right?
Exactly, that kind of stuff. Yahoo News? I'm sorry, is it 2003?
AOL still exists, and why do they have news? What is happening?
But I couldn't pass up this headline. A guy says he had a heart attack and went to hell in 2016. Here's what he saw. Look at that image, by the way. It's just like a creepy shadow with eyeballs.
Can I guess what he saw?
Yeah, but you're not going to guess correctly.
I was just going to guess like it was exactly like 2016 through the present.
That's a pretty good guess, actually. Here are the bullet points. A priest says he briefly went to hell in 2016. He saw men walking like dogs and heard demons singing Rihanna songs.
Which ones?
I'll get to that.
Okay.
While many of the most publicized near-death experiences are more positive than this journey to hell, negative NDEs, near-death experiences, also occur. This guy's a priest in Michigan, Gerald Johnson. He had a heart attack. And it sent him somewhere he thought he'd never visit as a priest. Hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He shared his story on TikTok recently. Let's see here. I was going to read this and be all prepared and shit, but then, the guy who was walking on all fours, he says his eyes were bulging, and worse than that, he was wearing chains on his neck. He was like a hellhound. There was a demon holding the chains. Johnson also heard music in hell, including Rihanna's Umbrella.
Wow, that is not the the Rihanna clip I would have chosen.
Is that the one that goes? Blah, blah, blah? Is that one? Is that
Yeah,
umbrella?
under my umbrella, Ella, A. That one.
That one. And stay with me here. And Bobby McFerrin's "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
Well, at least Satan has a sense of humor.
Yeah. Traditionally upbeat tunes, yeah. Only this time, demons were singing the songs to torture people. There you go.
I wonder if they were turned into a minor key.
Oh, that would be interesting. Don't worry, be happy. That has to be a YouTube video, right?
I'm sure.
Someone remaking Don't Worry, Be Happy in a minor key.
I mean, I don't know how you could sing it in a menacing, torturing way in a major key.
Right. You would almost need to put it in a minor.
Yeah.
I'm navigating my new phone
and
here.
maybe in that old ice cream truck way where it's kind of detuned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait, I think it exists. Hang on here. Let's see. Yeah. Here's Don't Worry, Be Happy in a minor key. Oh, that is creepy.
Okay, if there were a horde of demons whistling that at me, I do see how that would be torture.
And people being walked like dogs.
I think the
By
Bobby
demons?
McFerrin thing's worse.
It's worse, right? Whistling demons. It's amazing what just flatting one note will do.
I think if you were to animate
Yes.
what he saw with that, the minor key whistling,
Yeah.
you have like a really weird Fantasia.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when we were at Disney World, there was some shit like that. We saw this thing called, I can't remember. Let's just say it's called Phantasmagorium. That's not what it was called.
It might as well be.
It was at the Hollywood Studios one. It was this big show with water and lights on the water and people in costumes. But it was kind of like, I think it was Maleficent, you know? Maleficent.
Yeah.
Like, it was like Fantasia was going on, but then Maleficent was like fucking with it. It was dark. It was pretty cool.
I think that, and this is shocking to realize this,
Yeah.
out of all of the Disney movies I watched most as a kid,
Yeah.
Fantasia's probably top 5.
It's a good one. It's very cool.
I never would have said I enjoyed it as a kid. I just watched it a lot.
Yeah.
Lion King's number 1.
Lion King's, yeah.
And
come
Aladdin's number 2.
on. Okay, sure. I like it. I didn't mean to, but I also printed out a picture of Pope John Paul II.
Was he one of the whistling demons?
in hell.
Yeah, or men being walked like dogs?
Could be.
I mean, I don't know enough about Pope John Paul to say whether he was actually truly a good person or not, but I will say that there was a whole bunch of molestation on his watch.
Sure was.
So
Yeah, it wasn't great. It was not great, Nathan. Let me shuffle some more papers here. I've got a lot of papers to shuffle. By the way, the thing you were trying to think of, I think at least Rockin' Pod, I think.
Oh, that doesn't sound like it's for us.
Is what it was. Well, I don't know that we rock.
No, well,
exactly.
Okay, so we definitely pod.
We certainly do pod. Yes.
Let's see. It's a unique annual event bringing together rock fans, artists, promoters, and yeah, that's not for us. It sounds like it's rock podcasts.
Oh, okay. I mean, no. Yeah, we don't do that.
We talk about
rock and music in general.
Let's see. Yeah, no, this one.
But I don't think we rock particularly.
This isn't for us.
Okay. All right. That's all I needed to hear.
I'm going through the podcasts that are going to be there. I don't want to call any of them out. But they all appear to have paid the same person on Fiverr money to create their logos.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. I gotcha.
They're...
To be fair, we didn't pay anyone to create our logos.
No.
You just drew it.
Yeah.
Well,
DIY.
DIY, dude.
Don't pay $5.
I mean, now we have a picture, but that took like 7 years or something.
Oh, this one's a different person from Fiverr.
Oh, cool.
It's a pentagram.
Yeah, dude. Fucking metal.
We don't have enough pentagrams in our branding.
Oh, you want to put some pentagrams in?
I think we don't have enough pentagrams.
I mean, we occasionally talk about the Satanic Temple, but it's been a while. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Could we get a sponsorship from the Satanic Temple, and would they require us to put a specific number of pentagrams in our branding to get it?
They do a lot of interesting things. Mm-hmm. We talked about After School Satan before.
Yeah.
We have an episode called After School Satan. Great, hilarious. I like them because I think they're fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, they're a bunch of Weisenheimers.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
What they are.
I think that's what you said before.
Oh yeah.
They're also they are with abortion bans happening with Roe overturned, but they were working on this for a while. They have a abortion as a religious rite ritual that they've developed.
Okay.
Which gets around because if you are a member of their religion,
that's smart.
It gets around any laws.
It's smart
banning abortion because they've couched it as a religious ritual, and therefore protected by the First Amendment. I guess First Amendment. I don't know.
How do they come up with this stuff? It's
They're
very
pretty
smart.
Fucking smart, man.
Yeah.
They're smart. It's the devil.
Yeah,
Nathan. Is a smart guy
when he's not figuring out how to ruin Bobby McFerrin for people.
The only thing that can make that creepier is if you put it in 5/4.
Oh yeah. oh, I don't think the world's ready for that.
Me neither, dude.
Yeah, I don't feel like if we as a podcast, either of our podcasts, were to go to a rock expo, we would find our target audience or feel like we belong there.
I don't think we're tough enough, are we?
No. Well,
I mean,
or fake tough enough, because there's a lot of fake tough.
Sure, of course.
In these things.
Of course, yeah. But you and I...
No.
I think
I don't own enough leather.
I don't... Huh. What leather do I own?
I have a belt on currently.
Yes, as do I. I have leather shoes.
I have leather shoes, but I'm not wearing them.
You put me in like a leather vest, it doesn't work.
We have a leather vest in my house that you could wear.
Why do you have a leather vest?
It was my wife's grandfather's.
Oh.
And when he died, it somehow ended up in our house, and I don't know why.
I feel like if nothing else, we should post a picture of me wearing your wife's grandfather's leather vest.
I honestly don't know that either one of us could wear it.
Is he much smaller than...
He was...
a slight man?
Like, significantly taller than either one of us.
Okay, yeah.
But very, very slim. Very slim man.
Okay, so there's no chance that I'm getting into it.
I mean, I don't think either one of us could come close.
Okay.
Or, I mean, we could, but it would be, fat guy in a little coat situation. It would be no good. Yeah, so I don't know why, but we have a leather vest.
Okay.
Or had. It may be gone. I haven't checked up on it.
You didn't put like one of those like tags on it so you can geo-track it?
I didn't, and I'm regretting that now because my wife may have donated it to Goodwill or something, and I have no idea.
But if it's geo-tracked, you could still find it.
Yeah. Yeah. People, it's really weird when people die. Like the random shit that you end up with.
Yeah.
That no one really wants it. But you feel obligated to keep it.
Right.
We also have probably like 10 clocks.
Yeah.
That he has made.
Yeah. Oh, he made clocks.
Oh, okay.
Slow down.
So he makes clocks, made clocks.
Yeah.
Is how it was presented to me.
Yeah.
And not to poo-poo on the man's hobby.
Sure.
There was woodworking involved.
Okay.
He was a woodworker. The clock portion of it was something you buy from like Hobby Lobby that you just drill a hole in whatever you're doing and screw hands on it, and you're like, look, a clock.
It's like a pre-made
Yeah.
kit kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not like he built a grandfather clock with, an active pendulum that does something. No.
all the gears and shit.
Yeah, it's a little tiny plastic machine on the back that
You put
is
a double A battery in.
powered by one AA.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was presented to me like, oh, he made so many clocks. I'm like, I mean, he made the base for a clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a child in Taiwan made the clock part of it, but
if it's true, it's true. Mm-hmm. I mean, what are you supposed to do with that?
yeah.
I have shit from people who aren't even dead yet. I just have people's shit in my house.
Yeah.
I have random bullets that I don't know what to do with.
Why do you have bullets?
You can only shoot yourself in the head once, as it turns out.
Well, I mean, it's assuming you're a good shot. I missed.
Well, boy. Yeah. Now I've got a hole in my face. Yeah. Well, okay. Controversy.
Yeah.
I own a gun. It's a little, for lack of a better term, Nathan, this is just, we're sticking it to the PC culture right now.
Okay.
It's a little pussy gun.
Okay.
And that's not to say, look, vaginas are powerful.
Yeah.
Maybe the most powerful organic thing in existence. Think about it.
I think that's actually correct.
Right.
I want to say that's wrong,
Yeah.
just because it seems like such a strong statement.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
But this little gun, it's
Yeah.
enough to, like, if you don't know, like, anything about guns, it would scare you. But if you know anything about guns, it's not going to scare you at all.
Right.
And I have bullets for that. I have way too many. I just need the one.
Right.
Insurance. But I also just have random fucking bullets for guns that I don't have a gun that it'll go in.
That's a real good way to get framed for a crime.
Yeah. You're not wrong. But we're in Tennessee.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I can have like an arsenal down here
Oh, they wouldn't
and no one's going to care.
they wouldn't care what you have.
Right.
I don't have any guns.
Yeah.
I feel left
would you
out.
would you like some bullets? If someone breaks into your house, you can just hit it with a hammer in their direction.
I'll just throw handfuls of bullets at them.
We could put all the random bullets in like a pillowcase and you could maul them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Could you create like a pea shooter type of thing? Yeah. Just
kinda
blow
thing.
dart them with bullets.
You just have to blow really hard. Mm-hmm. That's a clip.
I don't think I can. I don't think I could have a gun in my house, even if I wanted one.
Why?
Because my child gets into everything,
Yeah, that's a fair point.
and even if it was locked up, what would happen is he would come into the room with the gun case that's locked, going, "What's this?"
Oh, yeah.
and drive me insane with it, and then I would have to get the gun out to,
Show him what it is.
to use the one bullet. On
Yes. Yeah, the gun I have, I'm not even sure if it would kill you if you put it to your temple.
Wow.
Probably would. It would probably kill you. But I don't know for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't go well in my house. Also, just generally, I know that if I had a gun,
Yeah.
and this, by the way, I have to start by saying, I don't have a problem with people owning guns.
I don't either. I don't either. I have a problem with people owning fucking assault rifles.
Yeah, that's a
and
little
shit.
that's a little different.
That's different.
Own all the guns you want.
You can have rifles, you can have shotguns, you can have pistols.
I mean, don't shoot people with them.
Please
but,
don't shoot people with them.
You can own them.
Yeah. And if you're going to own them, I think we ought to run you through some computers. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I have no problem with it, but I just know that there is no reason because there's no reason I would need one.
Right.
If someone broke into my house, the last thing I'm thinking about is I need to get my gun out.
Right. Right. Mine is so hard to get to. I'll put it to you this way. The gun is hard to get to, but I have a hatchet under my bedside table. So,
Yeah.
because what is scarier than a guy? I kind of want like a I kind of want like a mace, like medieval, like that big heavy thing that you just crush people's skulls with it. So I don't have that. So I have a hatchet. And I'm pretty sure if I come screaming, oh, that kind of thing at somebody, or making like chicken noises with a hatchet.
Yeah, that'll do the trick.
Yeah, I think that'll scare them.
See, I just know where I have baseball bats in my house.
See, that's
I'm like,
good.
Okay.
I need a baseball bat.
That's, I'm hopefully never going to need to know where my baseball bats are at, but I know where they're at.
How's it that I own a gun and I don't own a baseball bat?
I don't know.
I'm not a real American.
No.
I'm half an American.
Actually, no, you're more of an American than me. I don't own a gun.
Well, put us together.
Yeah.
I think you got one
We
American.
got one full American. Do either one of us really like Bruce Springsteen?
I like Bruce Springsteen.
Okay, so that works.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of neutral.
Sure. If you're hearing the sound of something digging, that's the dog trying to dig a hole in the concrete floor.
Dogs are stupid.
Yeah.
You can't dig through concrete, dummy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Does Springsteen make you American, or does like Toby Keith make you American?
Well, I think that's almost like poser American.
Okay.
Like
Bruce Springsteen's real American?
Yeah, like if you like Toby Keith,
Yeah.
like liking Toby Keith would be the I'm proving myself as an American equivalent of saying like I'm a punk rocker, I listen to Simple Plan. No, that doesn't work. I know it's marketed that way, but that's not correct.
See, we do talk about rock music.
There we go. We belong.
We do. We do. We're just the I can't see me going to something like this and be like, I really like the Smiths.
Mm-hmm.
They would ridicule me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you guys listening to? Oh, Anthrax. That sounds fun.
Cool. Slayer. I've never been a metal person. I like some. I don't dislike metal.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
but I don't want to listen to it ever.
I'm not. I don't gravitate towards it. Mm-hmm.
I've tried. Like I tried to like Pantera.
Oh yeah,
at one
they
point.
got a couple of songs that I like.
Because everyone talks about Pantera.
Yeah,
and
Texas band.
Yeah,
Dimebag Darrell.
I enjoy their skills.
Yes,
I don't want to listen to. Like I could do one, maybe two songs.
Sure,
an album. No, it's not going to. It's
a whole other thing.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, and then you think about a band like Metallica, say, who obviously is like a foundational metal band, but they also just had like tunes, like songs that like you could like appreciate on the basis of melody, and stuff. So
I almost don't count them anymore because they've become so big outside of metal.
They're totally mainstream.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, I listened to some crazy shit in the day. I don't remember any of those bands, but like, it was almost math rock where they would change time signatures.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of screaming and like, just a lot of heavy guitars and stuff. And, and then I remember talking to some kids that I was like 10 years older than. And at that moment, that band Dragon Force was really big. Do you remember Dragon Force?
I remember Dragon Force. That band was one of the most ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was like if you took every stereotype of a metal song and went, okay, but that times 10.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This is Dragon Force. It's a great name.
Yeah.
It's a great metal band name for sure. But yeah, the music was kind of, I don't know.
Like lengthy guitar solos that are just wildly unnecessary.
Yeah. I think one thing you and I could agree on is like cut the basis of a song down to its essentials. Yeah. That usually doesn't include a 5-minute guitar solo in the middle.
You don't need a guitar doing the
yeah, exactly. But to each their own. If you go to this thing this weekend, I'm sure you'll hear a lot of deedly.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
It'll be fun for you.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
Again, I don't. You know what? Metal is like guns. I don't have a problem with them. I just don't I don't want to be around them.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with metal. Just don't want to experience it.
Directly.
Yeah.
That often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like from a back seat.
Yeah.
I do really like reading about like the Swedish black metal bands.
That's
Those
some
are fun.
intense shit that goes on.
They definitely have more than a few pentagrams.
Yeah. They like really believe it too.
Yeah.
Like it's like what they're doing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's the opposite of Metallica has some bops that
Yeah.
made a mainstream. It's
Sure.
as far from that as possible.
It is. And I do appreciate music that lives on the extremes, you know. Mm-hmm. One of the best shows I went to last year was a noise show. Now that might sound pretentious or stupid or intolerable
Yeah.
to you. Not you, but anybody. But I really enjoyed it. I got off on it. It just like opened my mind up to possibilities, you know. And these are all like kids that are in college now, and it's like, wow, you guys are doing different shit than I was doing at that time.
Yeah.
Like you're just on another wavelength.
Well, it's because they can do it. It's a lot easier to do any of it now.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there were I think I saw probably 4 performers.
Yeah.
And they were, I think, 2 out of 3 or 2 out of 4 or 3 out of 4 had a computer. And like, I'm still of the mind, maybe this is because I'm old. I'm getting old. Mm-hmm. I'm still of the mind that I don't want a computer near my music making. More than it has to be.
I agree with that.
You know?
It's a computer can be used for the recording of the music.
Yeah. It's just a tape machine at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only there because I don't want to go insane like Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
Trying to splice tapes together.
No, there's no reason to. I mean, unless you're going for a thing,
Right.
there's no real reason to do that anymore. Brian Wilson did it because that's all he could do.
Right.
That's how he had to do it.
Brian Wilson would be in a much different mental state had he tried to make Smile
Yes.
about a decade later.
That is true.
he
true.
was a little bit too early.
Yeah.
Even if he'd waited 20 years,
Yeah.
he could have knocked that out in a weekend.
Absolutely. GarageBand would have done half of it
Yeah.
for him. Just type in words, get sounds.
Yeah, it's I have you ever heard the I don't even it was when he did Smile
Yeah.
a few years ago.
Yeah. Like he finally finished it or whatever.
It's so underwhelming now because the technology caught up.
Yeah.
And now everyone can do that sort of thing and you hear it and you're like, yeah, it's good.
That is so oh god, that would be so hard to take.
It's very like his mind was so big on all these songs.
Yeah.
For those who haven't ever looked into this.
Sure.
Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
You've heard Good Vibrations, and it's a very lush, full sound.
Yes.
He did that by recording a bunch of different things and splicing like 5 seconds at a time of audio together. And was going to do a full album that way.
Right.
And had a mental breakdown, as one would expect when you are bipolar.
Yeah.
And also doing what is a crazy thing to be trying to do.
Very, very challenging. Extremely challenging.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
But then
That'll do it.
technology caught up, and so now you hear it, and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Can I tell a story tangentially related to that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a friend, an older gentleman, who is sort of a luminary in the music industry.
Okay.
And he, many decades ago, had an opportunity to meet George Martin
Okay.
from the Beatles,
Yeah.
the producer of the Beatles. And he was just chatting with George like you do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
George fucking Martin.
as I've always done.
Yeah, right. From the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point. He's chatting to George Martin, and at that point, I think either an 8-track or a 16-track machine had come out. Tape machine.
Okay.
So, prior, like, Pet Sounds
Right.
was made on 4-track machines, as was Sgt. Pepper's, those early Beatles albums, all made on 4-track machines. So 8-track or 16 had just come out.
What year is this roughly?
That he's talking to them?
Yeah.
I think they probably got 16-track late 60s at the earliest.
Okay.
Late 60s, early 70s, somewhere in there. Don't quote me on that. That's an estimation. Anyway, he said to George, he said, what do you think about, having all these tracks now on the machine? I mean, you've quadrupled or whatever the number of tracks. And he said, if you need a band, all I build up.
Rewind.
If you have a band, he always tells it with his English accent. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
But he said, the is important.
Right.
That's why I keep doing it. If you have a band that needs more than 4 tracks, you need a band with more talent.
Hot damn.
I mean, come on, that's George Martin saying that. I guess the funny thing about that, though, is the Beatles did need more than 4 tracks.
Yeah.
Because they would hook like 2 machines together and then copy stuff down.
But you could take those songs.
Yeah.
And strip them down to 4 tracks, and they would still be good songs.
That's true. Yeah.
Unless we're talking about Let It Be. Because they did that with the Let It Be Naked thing, and it's still not. Oh, yeah. It's still not a thing I want to listen to.
You don't like the song Let It Be?
I don't mind the song.
Okay.
I think the album is meh.
Here's what can I be truthful?
Yeah.
Abbey Road's my favorite Beatles record. Let It Be is like up there. It's not 2. It's like 3 or 4. And I know it's not a consistent album, but like the song, there's so many
there are
good songs on Let It Be.
There are good songs on it.
2 of Us.
But there are also songs that I skip every time.
2 of Us, Dig a Pony. Fucking love Dig a Pony. Like, what more John Lennon song is there than Dig a Pony?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That is about as John Lennon as it gets. But, especially after you have full album concepts like Sgt. Pepper's. Yeah. Or like you've redefined music.
Right.
Like they were with Revolver.
Rubber
Soul.
The White Album.
Yeah. It's such a
compared to Let It Be is what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, sure.
Let It Be didn't do anything. It's just there. It's just some decent songs they recorded.
Yeah, maybe that's part of the charm for me. I don't know.
And also they all hated each other at that point.
At that point, right. I always get this story confused. That was not the last album to come out. But it was the last thing they recorded?
No, I think that is the last album to come out.
That is the last album that came out.
I think Abbey Road was the last thing they recorded.
Okay. So,
the way... I have to look this
Abbey Road comes out before or after Let It Be?
Hold on.
I always get confused about this.
Beatles discography.
Which, for George Harrison, the fact that something is on Abbey Road is one of the reasons it's my favorite.
Yeah. Let It Be came out last. Abbey Road came out second to last. But Abbey Road, I believe, was recorded after Let It Be.
Okay, so they waited.
It was the last album the group started recording.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
But I think it's better than Let It Be.
Yeah.
Because they knew it was the last thing. This is just my theory. They're like, this is it. And so they went and, had a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
And with Let It Be, they weren't having a little bit of fun.
No.
They were feuding about everything.
They were not happy with each other at that point. Yeah.
Yoko.
Yeah.
I'm mad at Yoko again. So I had gotten over Yoko,
What happened? How did you?
and then I saw. Have you ever looked up what happened with Julian Lennon in John's will?
John's first son.
Yeah.
No. What happened?
So I saw this the other day. Julian Lennon, I think, got $100,000 when John died.
Like
That's it.
like $100,000.
So Yoko finally said, "Yeah, you can pick one of his guitars," and he picked one, and she went, "No, that one's for Sean,"
Whoa.
and wouldn't let him have the guitar. He had to go to an auction to buy the handwritten letters that his dad had written him.
Oh my
And
God.
that they had exchanged because Yoko put them up for auction instead of letting him have them. Paul McCartney, because Paul McCartney's a wonderful man,
Yeah.
bought them for him.
Oh my God. That. Well, that says a lot about Paul McCartney.
And Paul McCartney,
Yeah.
everything with Julian Lennon, it's always, wow, Paul McCartney was a good guy.
Yeah. I mean, I know they had their differences, but I
Yeah.
I don't think any of the Beatles were bad people.
No.
John was probably troubled.
Yeah. John was troubled.
Yeah.
Paul seems like just genuinely a good guy.
Yeah.
And George too. And
Yeah.
Ringo's
George
just having
seems like
fun.
Yeah.
Ringo has fun.
There you go.
That's his thing.
There recently, my YouTube recommendations have been inundated with Rick Rubin stuff.
Okay.
He wrote a book, as it turns out.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's an interesting looking book.
That's either a really good book or a completely unbearable book, and I don't know which way it was.
I haven't read it, but hearing it described, it sounds like it could go either way.
Yeah.
I think it's called On Creativity or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
And-
boy. Oh boy. Right on the edge there,
Yeah.
Rick.
So he's everywhere right now. I don't think the book has I don't know. He said he wrote it once and then it didn't feel right, and so he had to redo the whole thing.
Fuck you, Rick. Are you kidding me?
But amongst all and he seems like he out of all the producers I can name off the top of my head, he seems like the one you'd want to work with.
Yeah.
Because his ultimate goal is to let you be you, and he can step back from the process, and other people are not like that.
Yeah.
They want to make sure their stamp is on it. He's not like that at all. Anyway, amongst the Rick Rubin clips that are populating my YouTube feed, there's one of him and Paul McCartney at a console.
Okay.
And Rick's pushing up faders, and they're listening to the Beatles. I think it's some early Beatles.
Right.
And they listen a little bit, and Rick's, geeking out. He's like, listen to this. Oh, listen to this right here. Oh, look at that cool part. And at the end, Paul's like, I think they're a pretty good band. I think they might do well, or something like that. Cheeky.
Right. That's Paul.
Yeah. People have at this point taken that clip, changed what song is playing in the background.
Oh,
the best one I saw was All Star by Smash Mouth. And they're just soloing tracks. And it's that organ, or that little bunk, that little guitar thing. Wow.
You know what's funny to think about? There probably was at least one musical icon
Yeah.
that heard that song and went, wow, that is the future of music right there.
All-Star?
Yeah, that's it.
It turned out that's all they needed to do.
Yeah.
They never had to do anything else after that point.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I mean,
What they did that, and then what was their other their cover of Now I'm a Believer?
yeah. Yeah. And their original first hit was Walking on the Sun.
Oh yeah.
Which,
That one's actually not terrible.
yeah, it's kind of their vibe,
Yeah.
and then,
That one I remember hearing on the radio as a kid.
Yeah.
And going, oh, it's pretty good.
yeah.
And then All Star happened, and even I as a kid was like, no, thank you.
Oh, this is way
That's
pop.
gonna
It's
be
so
a
poppy.
hard pass.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there was a trend there for a minute of current-ish bands covering older songs like that. I'm a Believer, and then I think they all centered around the Shrek movies or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
They did what's that song? Pave Paradise, put up a parking lot.
Oh.
Yeah. Is that Joni Mitchell?
Yeah.
Or Joan
Yellow.
Baez?
I think it's Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell, yeah.
Yellow Taxi? Is that the name of it?
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. When I worked in a Mexican restaurant in high school, that was on repeat. That song.
Wow.
And I was about to lose my mind by the end of being there. For years, the songs that were on repeat were that, the Rob Thomas Santana song.
Oh boy, Smooth.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's just like the ocean. That one. Oh boy.
Under the moon, and it's the same as them.
And I'm telling you, for 3 years, it didn't ever change. Like, occasionally a different song would show up, but every, like, hour and a half, it's like, oh, there's Rob Thomas again. Great. Here we go.
I got a new phone the other day at the T-Mobile store, and I found myself wondering if they were in control of the music playing at the T-Mobile. I don't think they were.
I don't think anyone's ever in control of it.
No, because I think I would have gone crazy.
It's Satan.
It's Satan.
He when he's not when he's not coming up with ways around the abortion law or figuring out a way to mess up Bobby McFerrin.
Right.
He's programming the music at different stores.
I think that's correct, yeah. There's at least one of the lesser demons assigned to that task.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's why from the year 2000 until probably 2012, everywhere you went, you still heard an Avril Lavigne song. It makes no sense.
It just happens. You know, maybe the worst culprit for that is like a Kohl's.
Yeah.
Because,
well, it's just like it's clothes.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot.
Yeah.
We have a lot of it.
yeah.
Is any of it that good? No. But we have it.
You're going to want to dig through piles and piles of jeans. But I feel like the songs at Kohl's have never appeared anywhere else than in a Kohl's.
Yeah. It's the Kohl's original soundtrack.
Yeah. Because I've never heard any of these fucking songs before. I was doing a thing. I do it off and on. This thing called Slice the Pie. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's a website. This might actually be helpful for people. I don't know. It's a website where you can review songs, and you can also review like ad campaigns, various other things, and you make a little bit of money. I'm talking, if you get 15 cents per song review, you're doing great.
All right.
So it's one of those. So
Okay.
I've used it. I maybe made like $40 over the years or something from Slice the Pie. And that's the shit that shows up on the Kohl's soundtrack. I have literally reviewed songs on Slice the Pie, then gone to Kohl's and heard that song.
Oh, that's why they were asking.
Yeah. And been like, oh yeah, 3 stars. Got it. Yeah.
That is why when you go to Kohl's, you have to dig through the piles of clothes.
Yeah.
Because the employees have had to listen to that. And they're just like, I'm not folding this. Nothing matters.
Yes.
We're all going to die someday anyway, and I hope it's sooner rather than later.
I got one bullet.
The chinos are over there. Good luck.
Oh, man. Oh. I got to be honest right now. My troubles seem to be returning a little bit. We're not going to cut this short. All right? We're going to hit the mark.
Okay.
But I did have to text you right before you came over.
Yeah.
As I was on the toilet, being like, I don't know, dude. Maybe just wait a minute before you leave.
This is how you know you've spent a fair amount of time with someone.
Yes.
When they text you to let you know that they got the shits.
Yeah. So we're a Nashville-based podcast, right?
Yeah.
Hashtag NashPod. I learned we can use that.
Nashpod.
NashPod.
On Twitter?
Community of Nashville podcasters.
Hold
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Continue on.
Let's not make fun of them much because we might actually meet these people.
I'm just looking to see what the engagement.
I want to just like put the binders on you a little bit, not to. But yes, we're a Nashville-based podcast. Nashville's famous for hot chicken. I had some today Usually not a problem. But something happened. Something happened on my insides. And it's still happening a little bit.
That's what happens with hot chicken. That's the entire thing.
Yeah. It's good going down.
Uh-huh.
And I've worked my way up. I can handle the heat a little bit. I got hot today. Used to get mild or medium. Now I get hot at Hattie B's. And it was hubris, my friend.
I don't.
That's not an actual thing we can use.
I will say on Twitter,
Okay.
if they told you to use that, they're having a laugh.
Okay. Okay.
The top post is from 2018 and has 1 like.
Oh, maybe they didn't. I mean, they didn't specifically say to use it on Twitter, but I thought that's what they meant.
It could be on something else.
Okay, yeah. I thought that's what they meant. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, it's... Let's see what the latest one is.
Looks like I'm wrong.
February 2nd, and it's about the meeting you went to.
Oh, okay. Okay, so not the purpose of that particular hashtag.
Yeah.
Got it. So, at any minute, when this is finished, I may need to run.
It's that desperate.
I mean, I don't know. It's like, when you can't exactly tell
Yeah.
what's going on.
So what you're saying is I should stall.
You don't need to stall.
Yeah.
I need the minutes to pass a little faster. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you're in charge of that, if you can help with that at all. Something.
Yeah.
Even the dog is crying for me right now.
What heat level did we get?
So they start at no heat.
Yeah.
Then
Which, by the way, no one should ever get no heat.
Nah, get a little heat. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You don't go to a hot chicken place and get no heat. That's KFC. Go
Exactly.
KFC, get no heat.
Right. Then there's mild, then there's medium, and today I got hot.
Oh, that was a mistake.
I like it though. It tastes so good.
I've decided medium is the sweet spot where
Medium's
flavor
really good.
and heat meet.
Yeah. And of course, as I'm eating it, I say to myself, next time I think I could get the next level, which is damn hot.
Don't do that.
I'm not going to do it now.
Actually, you know what? Do that.
I don't want to. At least not on a night where I have to do anything.
I think you should do it live on the air.
Listen, I'm not agreeing to that. We do have a few promises to keep, and I just want people to know we have not forgotten about them. One, we have to do the blind ramen broth taste test.
Yeah.
Where you blindfold me, we prepare various ramens.
Right.
And see if I can taste the difference. 2, we have 3 Magic Mike movies to watch.
Oh, that's true. We do have a lot of Magic Mike to get through.
We do. And I think the people are going to demand that. I think we owe it to the listeners to follow through on both. We followed through on the Carl thing finally. That took a few weeks.
Yeah.
But we also have other promises to keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of Magic Mike.
So it's 3 whole films of Magic Mike.
Are they an hour and a half a piece? 2 hours?
Where
are we talking?
God, I hope they're not 2 hours a piece.
What if it's like a
6
Scorsese
hours?
movie?
Oh, Jesus.
Where it's like, 3.5. We can't cut any of this out. It's all gold.
I'm looking this up. Hang on. Magic Mike. It's one of those movies, too, that I thought... When I first saw the trailer, I didn't think it was real.
It does seem...
Wow. Each of these is about 2 hours.
Lord. Okay.
Magic Mike is an hour 50. Magic Mike XXL is an hour 55. And the latest, Magic Mike's Last Dance, is an hour 52.
But the good news is it's the Last Dance, and we're never going to have to watch another one after that.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a last Dance. Magic Mike's comeback.
Magic Mike, more dancing. Yeah, it's I mean, I guess kudos to whoever in Hollywood.
Yeah,
thought to greenlight that.
Sure,
because I'm sure the elevator pitch was terrible.
I mean, on paper, it sounds like a really stupid idea.
All of it sounds very bad.
Yeah.
And someone went, Channing Tatum. We could make money. We could make money off that.
And at that moment,
Yeah.
the pieces came together. Yeah.
How much nipple do we see? All their nipples.
All the nipples?
Everyone has no shirt on the whole time.
Cool.
There we go.
Green light it.
Let's focus group this. Would you like to see Channing Tatum wearing only a stripper thong?
Yeah.
You would. Let's make 3.
And for one of them, we'll get Selma Hayek. Just to cap it off.
That's the one saving grace.
As Tron has been saying, that movie has something for everyone.
This is correct.
It is. You know how when Bruce Lee died, they continued to make martial arts movies with people who pretended to be Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Try to confuse people. There was Bruce Lee with one E. There was Bruce Lie with an I. Various other Bruce Lee E's. I don't want Channing Tatum to have to die. But if we want to keep more Magic Mike movies happening, Magic Mark, Magic Michael,
Magic Mork.
Magic Mork, Magic Johnson, Magic. That's the porn parody. Magic.
I do like the crossover
Gathering.
idea of Magic Mork.
Mork and Mindy.
And Mork and Mindy and Magic Mike together. Just a frantic Robin Williams at his finest stripping.
He's tweaking his nipples
Yeah.
and going, nanu, nanu. I mean, the way they can do digital technology now, we can bring Robin Williams
That's true.
back
That's
from
why
the grave.
deep fake was invented
Yeah.
for this idea.
Magic Mork. Holy shit. It's got something for everybody,
There we go.
including Martians. Oh my
Nanu.
god. Nanu.
Sushi jackknife.
It's a little early, but
I got nothing else after that.
I got a third wave. Yeah. Sushi. Yeah. Sushi check that. Yeah. I gotta go shit.